Once upon a time in a small town, there were two brothers named Tim and Tom. They lived with their loving parents and their adorable puppy, Sparky. They were a happy family, but one day, something terrible happened. A big storm hit the town, causing a lot of damage to homes and properties. Tim and Tom's house was one of the most affected, and their parents had to use all their savings to repair it. The brothers felt sad and helpless, as they couldn't do anything to help their family. Determined to find a solution, Tim and Tom decided to explore the town and look for an opportunity to earn some money. While walking around, they stumbled upon an old lady who was struggling to carry her groceries. "Can we help you, ma'am?" asked Tom. "Thank you, boys. I could use some help," the old lady replied with a smile. As they helped her carry the groceries home, she told them about a hidden treasure that was rumored to be buried nearby. The treasure was said to grant the finder's wishes and bring happiness to their lives. Intrigued by the story, Tim and Tom decided to search for the treasure. They spent days exploring the woods, caves, and lakes around the town. As they searched, they encountered many challenges and obstacles, but their determination and brotherly bond kept them going. One day, while digging near an ancient tree, they finally found a hidden chest. Excited, they opened it and discovered a beautiful, glowing gemstone. As they held it, they felt an immense warmth and energy coming from it. "Let's make a wish, Tim," said Tom. "I wish for our family's happiness and well-being," Tim whispered. Suddenly, the gemstone emitted a brilliant light, and the brothers felt a wave of happiness and peace wash over them. When they returned home, they found their house fully repaired and their parents smiling from ear to ear. "Boys, you won't believe what happened," their father said. "A kind stranger came by and offered to fix our house for free. Our troubles are finally over." Tim and Tom looked at each other, realizing that their wish had come true. From that day on, their family's luck changed for the better, and they lived happily ever after. And so, the brothers learned the value of perseverance, compassion, and the power of love, as they continued to help others in need and live their lives with happiness and gratitude. And they never forgot the magical day when they discovered the hidden treasure that granted their most cherished wish. As the years went by, Tim and Tom grew up into fine young men. Their family's good fortune continued, and they never forgot the lessons they had learned from their adventure. They continued to help others in their town, spreading kindness and compassion wherever they went. One day, Tim and Tom heard about a neighboring village that was suffering from a terrible drought. The crops were failing, and the villagers were struggling to find water for themselves and their animals. Concerned for their neighbors, the brothers decided to visit the village and offer their assistance. They packed their bags and set off on their journey, accompanied by their loyal dog, Sparky. When they arrived at the village, they were shocked to see the extent of the devastation. The fields were dry and barren, and the villagers looked tired and hungry. Tim and Tom knew they had to do something to help. Remembering the magical gemstone that had granted their wish years ago, the brothers decided to try using it again. They held the gemstone tightly and wished for rain to come and water the parched land. To their amazement, the gemstone glowed brightly once more, and within moments, dark clouds began to form in the sky. Soon, a gentle rain began to fall, bringing much-needed relief to the village. The villagers danced and sang in the rain, grateful for the sudden turn of events. As the rain continued to fall, the crops began to grow, and the village's wells filled with water. The villagers were overjoyed, and they thanked Tim, Tom, and Sparky for their help. Before leaving the village, Tim and Tom shared their story of the magical gemstone and the importance of helping others. The villagers listened intently, vowing to pass on the lessons of compassion and kindness to future generations. And so, Tim, Tom, and Sparky returned home, their hearts full of happiness and pride. They had not only saved their own family but also brought hope and prosperity to another village. Their magical adventure continued to inspire them, and they became known throughout the land for their selflessness and courage. Together, the brothers and their faithful dog traveled far and wide, spreading joy and helping those in need, always guided by the magical gemstone and the love they had for each other. And they all lived happily ever after, knowing that they had made a difference in the world. As Tim, Tom, and Sparky continued their journey, they became local heroes, known for their kindness and willingness to help others. Word of their deeds spread far and wide, and their legend grew with each passing day. One day, they received a letter from the king himself, inviting them to the royal palace. The king had heard of their remarkable accomplishments and wanted to meet the brothers and their faithful dog. Excited and humbled by the invitation, Tim, Tom, and Sparky made their way to the palace. Upon their arrival, they were greeted with great fanfare and led to the throne room, where the king awaited. "Welcome, brave young men and noble dog," the king exclaimed. "Your deeds have reached my ears, and I am honored to have you in my kingdom. As a token of my gratitude, I would like to bestow upon you a special gift." The king presented the brothers with a beautiful golden key. "This key," he explained, "unlocks a secret door within the palace. Behind that door lies a room filled with knowledge and wisdom. It is my hope that you will use this gift to further your good works and continue to make a difference in the lives of our people." Tim and Tom graciously accepted the king's gift, and together with Sparky, they unlocked the secret door. Inside, they discovered a grand library filled with books, maps, and scrolls from all corners of the world. They spent days exploring the room, learning about new lands, cultures, and ways to help others. With this newfound knowledge, the brothers and Sparky embarked on even greater adventures. They traveled across the kingdom, using their skills and the wisdom they had gained to solve problems and bring happiness to those in need. As they continued their journey, they encountered many challenges, but their bond as brothers and their love for Sparky only grew stronger. They faced each obstacle with courage and determination, knowing that they had the support and wisdom of the king behind them. And so, Tim, Tom, and Sparky became symbols of hope, compassion, and the power of love. They inspired countless others to follow in their footsteps, spreading kindness and making the world a better place, one act at a time. No matter where their path led them, they knew that they would always have each other and the magical gemstone to guide them on their way. And they all lived happily ever after, leaving a legacy of love and goodwill that would be remembered for generations to come. As they continued their journey, they encountered many challenges, but their bond as brothers and their love for Sparky only grew stronger. They faced each obstacle with courage and determination, knowing that they had the support and wisdom of the king behind them. Years passed, and Tim, Tom, and Sparky continued their remarkable journey, touching the lives of countless people and spreading good deeds throughout the kingdom. As they grew older, they began to think about what the future held for them and their beloved magical gemstone. One day, while resting beneath a shady tree, they decided that it was time to pass on the gemstone's magic and their legacy of kindness to the next generation. They would search for young hearts full of courage and compassion, who were eager to learn and make a difference in the world. With this mission in mind, Tim, Tom, and Sparky returned to their hometown, where they founded a school for young adventurers. They welcomed children from all walks of life, teaching them about the power of love, the importance of helping others, and the wisdom they had gained throughout their incredible journey. As the years went by, the school flourished, and the brothers and Sparky became beloved mentors to their students. They shared countless stories of their adventures, as well as the lessons they had learned from the magical gemstone. One day, a young girl named Lily joined the school. She was kind-hearted and full of curiosity, and Tim and Tom sensed something special about her. They knew that she would be the perfect person to continue their legacy and become the guardian of the magical gemstone. As Lily grew older, she proved herself to be a talented and compassionate student. The brothers and Sparky decided that it was time to pass on the gemstone to her, confident that she would use its magic for good. With great reverence, Lily accepted the gemstone and vowed to uphold the values of love, kindness, and selflessness that Tim, Tom, and Sparky had instilled in her. The brothers knew that their legacy was in good hands and that Lily would inspire many others to follow in their footsteps. And so, a new chapter began for Lily, as she embarked on her own adventures with the magical gemstone, guided by the teachings of Tim, Tom, and Sparky. Together, they showed the world that even the smallest acts of kindness could create a lasting impact, and that love and compassion would always prevail. The legacy of Tim, Tom, and Sparky lived on, inspiring generations of young adventurers to follow their hearts, help others, and make the world a better place. And they all lived happily ever after, knowing that their story would continue to bring hope and happiness to those who needed it most. As Lily carried on the legacy of Tim, Tom, and Sparky, the school continued to thrive, attracting even more students eager to learn the values of love, kindness, and selflessness. Over time, the school expanded, becoming a beacon of hope and a symbol of the positive change that the magical gemstone had brought into the world. Years later, Lily had grown into a wise and compassionate leader, just like her mentors. Under her guidance, the school evolved into an academy where young adventurers from all over the kingdom came to learn and grow. One day, Lily received a letter from a distant land, asking for help. A terrible curse had befallen their kingdom, causing the people to live in fear and despair. The letter pleaded for Lily and her students to come and help lift the curse, restoring peace and happiness to their land. Determined to help, Lily gathered a group of her most skilled and dedicated students, and together they set off on a journey to the distant kingdom. Along the way, they encountered many challenges and obstacles but were guided by the lessons and wisdom they had learned from Tim, Tom, and Sparky. Upon arriving in the cursed kingdom, Lily and her students discovered that an evil sorcerer had cast a dark spell, causing the people to become trapped in a never-ending cycle of fear and misery. With the power of the magical gemstone and their unwavering courage, they confronted the sorcerer and broke the spell, lifting the curse from the kingdom. As the darkness lifted, the people were filled with joy and gratitude. They celebrated the arrival of Lily and her students, who had brought hope and happiness back to their land. The kingdom began to heal, and the people vowed to spread the values of love, kindness, and selflessness that Lily and her students had shown them. With their mission accomplished, Lily and her students returned to their academy, their hearts filled with pride and a newfound sense of purpose. They continued to teach and inspire future generations of adventurers, ensuring that the legacy of Tim, Tom, and Sparky would live on forever. And so, the cycle of love and kindness continued, touching the lives of countless people and making the world a brighter and better place. The magical gemstone's power transcended generations, and the story of Tim, Tom, Sparky, and Lily became a timeless tale of hope, compassion, and the power of love to change the world. And they all lived happily ever after, knowing that their story would continue to inspire and uplift those who needed it most, and that the magic of love, kindness, and selflessness would always prevail. And so, as the years went by and the world continued to change, the legacy of Tim, Tom, Sparky, and Lily lived on in the hearts and minds of the people. The academy they had built became a cherished institution, fostering generations of young adventurers who carried the values of love, kindness, and selflessness with them wherever they went. In time, the magical gemstone was carefully preserved and passed down from one guardian to the next, ensuring that its power would continue to bring hope and happiness to those in need. The story of the brothers, their faithful dog, and the young girl who carried on their legacy became a beloved tale that parents told their children, reminding them of the power of love and the importance of helping others. And so, the world grew brighter, filled with the laughter and joy of those who had been touched by the magic of the gemstone and the lessons of Tim, Tom, Sparky, and Lily. Their timeless tale continued to inspire hope and compassion, a shining reminder that even in the darkest times, love and kindness could always triumph. And they all lived happily ever after, knowing that their story would never be forgotten and that their legacy would continue to make the world a better place for generations to come. The end.